Hello my dears, and welcome back to a new video. Today we will compare the fiscal changes on IT field because there are a lot of our clients and also you that want to invest in Romania and you want to know how much it will be affected these fiscal changes, because as you may know from my other and previous video, there were a lot of changes here in Romania proposed for 2024. Most of them were approved already, and we need to see on numbers how much it will be the difference. So do not forget to subscribe to our channel, to make a big like, and of course if you want further details or if you want an appointment with us, you can book it on Calendly. We'll let the link below and we'll discuss in details. So let's see how was this change and what are the numbers. Let's go. Good. We'll start with the newest change that we have, and that was approved a few days ago. This is regarding the PFAs, meaning self-employed. The change that was approved was that for IT field it will be eliminated the income norm. What is this? The income norm, I already explained in a previous video, is that a company will be paying all the taxes or sealed to a certain number, and everything that is above that number will not be paying any tax for it, even to up to 25,000 euro or even more if you do not care what happens next year, meaning not care that you'll be paying the tax on real income. So what does this mean in numbers for PFAs? We'll see a little bit further. Okay, let's start with the numbers because everybody is interested in numbers, and see how much is the tax in 2023 and how much it will be in 2024. To facilitate the calculations, we'll talk in RON, but what I can say is that 1 euro means 4.95 RON. So you will make the calculation after that as you want. Let's see the difference between 2023 and 2024 regarding the income rule or the real system tax on PFAs. For example, on PFA on income norm, we will take into consideration the income of 3,000 euro per month, which means 36,000 euro per year. In this case, because the norm is only 40,000 euro, which means 40,000 RON, which means 9,000 euro, you will have to pay like this: 10% health tax on income, which is 900 euro, health insurance, which is around 738 euro, and also pension, which is around 1,840. In this case, the total amount means that you'll be paying as tax, it will be 3,383 euro. So is more or less 10% of the total amount of 36,000 euro that you will have. Okay, now let's analyze the second scenario in which the same PFA will be paying tax on profit starting with 2024, which will be meaning like this: for almost 36,000 euro as income that they will have, 10% will mean 3,600. the health insurance, according to the new legislation in 2024, it will be 3,600 euro as well. And the pension, of course, according as well to the new legislation, it will be around 3,960 euro, which means a total of 11,160 euro compared with 3,383 euro, which was on 2023. From this point of view, you need to be really careful if you want to choose PFA for next year for IT field, or it's better to go to SRL. Now we'll go further with the comparison with a new change in the legislation, which is the one for micro enterprises, and this one also related to the IT field. So let's start also with this. As you may know, also in the field of micro enterprise, there was a change regarding this tax on income. And now the situation is like this. You will be paying, instead of 1% for the first 60,000 euro, you'll be paying directly 3% tax on income. It doesn't matter if you will have zero as you will have 1 euro as turnover or 60,000 euro. So the total percentage since the beginning, it will be 3%. Let's talk a little bit about this modification in numbers also for the micro enterprises, because this is also important. So keeping the same level of incomes, which means 3,000 euro per month multiplied by 12 months, meaning 36,000 euro, which means that 1% will be 360 euro, only 360 euro as income. Also, as company or micro company, you'll be paying 8% tax on dividends, which in this case will be around 2,289.60 euro. So the total amount of taxes on the company as company, it will be around 2,649 euro 60 cents. So this will be the only amount that you'll have to pay as company if you are on the IT field in 2023. Now let's see a little bit what is the tax, the total tax in 2024 with the same level of income. So 3% in this case, which is starting with 2024, it will be 1,080 euro as tax on income. The tax on dividend will be the same, 8%, which means 2,246.40 cents, and this means that the total, it will be 3,326.40 cents. So the difference, it is really small between 3,300 compared with 2,600. It's a really small difference. That means that this change in the fiscality will not be so much drastic in the case of a micro enterprise, an SRL, an LLC, as you want to name it, compared with the modifications on PFAs. So from my point of view at this point, the drastic and the most affected area are the self-employed, the persons that are working alone, and from this point of view, they need to migrate. They need to find something else to do, either to go as employee, either to open an SRL, and even if, for example, they will be hiring an accountant, because in case of an SRL you need an accountant, even on this case they will be with less taxes paid to national institution than having a PFA. So you really need to be really attentive to these modifications and to see what is better for you, what is the best option that you might have. If you don't know exactly how to calculate the taxes or how to put it in numbers, don't be afraid to, or to call us, to send us an email, to leave some comments here on this YouTube video, and we will definitely answer to you. Now let's go a little bit further to see the third modification, which will affect physical persons, the employees, because this is also important. In this case, we are talking about eliminating a tax facility which is not paying tax on income for salaries that are higher than 10,000 euro. What was the change exactly? Up to the for the salaries up to 10,000 RON, not euro, sorry, RON. You will not be paying the tax on income for salaries, and for salaries that are higher than this, you will be paying tax on income. Previously, you had this exception to all the salary. It doesn't matter how much, how bigger or how smaller it was the salary before. What does this mean in number? More than 100,000 employees will be affected, because here in Romania the medium average salary is 16,000 RON, and from this point of view, the employees need to either to discuss with the employers to raise their salaries to have the same salary as before, either to migrate to SRL, for example, to have more incomes. We'll see. Nobody is decided yet what to do and how to do it and how quickly they want to do it. We'll wait and see how this will translate further in the modifications that we can see on the labor market. Okay, now we'll go further to the fourth and hopefully the latest change that they have and that they put on this calendar for this year, which is the tax health insurance. Up to this year, we paid health insurance only once, no matter how many income sources we had. Starting with 2024, we will be paying health insurance for multiple sources, which means like this. For example, if you have a PFA and you'll be paying the highest rate on health insurance, that means that you'll be paying for 60 minimum salaries as for the income that you have as PFA, and you'll be paying again the health insurance for the 24 minimum salaries on if you have other income source. So in total, it will be 84,000 minimum salaries, the highest rate on health insurance, if you have multiple income sources. Up to until 2024, we paid health insurance only to 24 minimum salaries, so the difference is quite high. Let's see what remains unchanged for IT field, because we are talking about IT field. Of course, the condition to qualify as micro enterprise, which is that one to have one employee in order to respect and fulfill the conditions for having 1% or 3% after 60,000 euro as turnover, and also the ceiling of 500,000 euro as turnover, in order not to pass to the other tax system, which is 16%. So these two, the condition for micro enterprise and the ceiling of 500,000 euro, are still unchanged. Also, the tax on dividend, it's still unchanged. It is the same 8%. Also this year and next year the same. Okay, now we are talking a little bit about the SRL that is paying tax on profit, because there are some companies that do not want to have an employee, or they do not know a Romanian people that want to hire in their companies. So in this case, you have only one solution: the SRL, which is paying tax on profit 16%. So in this case, you will have like this. At the same level of income, 36,000 euro, you'll have 16%, which means 5,760 euro as tax on profit. And of course, the tax on dividend, which is 8%, 2,419.2. The total amount as taxes that you need to pay in this case, it's 8,179.2, which is more or less 10-20% of your income, more or less. Now, taking into consideration that you are paying tax on profit, the biggest advantage in your case is that you have expenses that are deductible, which means that you can diminuate the profit, to which you'll be paying 16%, and also that 8% tax on dividends. So in this case, you can deduct some expenses and you can diminuate the taxes. In the other case, you could not do anything to lower your taxes, because even if the expenses are deductible, the tax on income is tax on income. You cannot diminuate or lower this. Indeed, the tax on dividend can be influenced somehow, but not too much as well. Now, these are the main changes and also the main numbers. If you want to have an exact calculation for your company, do not hesitate to call us or to subscribe to our channel and leave us a message, or to just book an appointment in Calendly. We'll be there. See you soon. Thank you very much.